My name is Raymond Mangulu. Today I'm going to present to you a topic in the biology subject, and that topic is coordination. And within coordination we are going to learn a particular subtopic, and that is neuron structure and function. The objective of this topic actually is to learn about the structures and the function, and maybe when the time allows we also touch on types of neurons. But just to recap on our previous knowledge, we know that nervous system comprises two main parts. The first part of the nervous system is called the brain, and the second part of the nervous system is the central nervous system. As I've said earlier on, we are going to learn about neuron. And neuron is a basic unit of nervous system, which is also known as nerve cells. As you can see, the function of a neuron is basically to convey electrical impulse or information from the periphery of the central nervous system and vice versa. So it means the electrical impulses will be transmitted within the body from back and forward inside the body. Now let us see this diagrammatic representation of the neuron structure. So I'm going to now look into each particular part of the neuron. To start with, if you can see there, we have a structure of a neuron which is representing a nucleus. The central part of that structure is the nucleus, and the nucleus actually, this is the normal genetic material like any other cell. And also we have a cytoplasm. Outside the cytoplasm is surrounded by a cell membrane. So, as I've said earlier on, a neuron structure represents the structure of any other normal human cell. But if you see the root-like structures that are very small, extended from the cell body, these are called dendrons. After the dendrons, then you have very tiny structures that are called dendrites. These are actual points where the electrical impulses are passing from one neuron to another. But as you go down, as you can see down there, you have the axon terminals, and the other times you can also known as synapses. And the synapse is actually the connecting point from between one neuron to another. So this long extended fiber is what is called axon. So from the axon terminal, you have this extended fiber which is surrounded by an insulated fat material called myelin. So as I've said, the dendrites are the terminal parts of the neuron. That is actually the position or the point where the electrical impulse is exchanging from one cell to another. And again, as I've said, the axon is an extension from the cell body to the neuron end, that is called axon terminal, where it connects to another neuron. And again, just to recap, the axon is surrounded by an insulated fat sheet called myelin. Now let's go back into the to discuss we are going now to discuss on the types of neuron. Basically, neuron has got three main parts. One is sensory neuron, which is also called afferent. The sensory neuron, actually, these are the neurons that convey message from different parts of the body to the spinal cord, and eventually this information reaches the brain and vice versa. So the sensory neurons actually are response position for the sense organs. So you find the sensory neurons for touch, smell, vision, and so on. Now, to connect the information that is transmitted from sensory neuron to the central nervous system to the brain, the connecting neuron is called a relay neuron or interneuron. And these interneurons are so many in our bodies. So you can have interneuron that connects from the response position towards the central nervous system, but also you can have relay neuron or the interneuron that connects the information that comes from the brain to the central nervous system or to the spinal cord, going to now the efferent position. That's where the actual response is going to take place. And the information from the central nervous system going to a position where the response is going to take place. This information is carried out by a motor or efferent neuron. Within our lesson today, we have seen briefly about the neuron structure as a basic unit of nervous system. And for you, it's better now from this session, you can also go and recap the information about how the brain is functioning and what are the key information regarding to the brain, so that when we come again, we build from this section, continue to discussing about central nervous system as part of human anatomy. With that, thank you very much.